So the man said to him, he said, young man, if you are coming to Urumi, especially in Esan land, be careful of what you preach, because the land was full of cultism. Ogboni was having sway. Then he told my father about a particular tree, Ukpohia. He told my father about the history of Ukpohia, how the leaves never falls to the ground. Attempts to cut it down never succeeded. If you try to cut it down, they've come back the next day, it stands again. And that was the headquarters of the covens in Esan land. And my father said, he told the man, he said, Ukpohia is not the owner of the community. God is the owner of the community. And to prove that God sent him to Urumi, that tree will catch fire and burn down. So having told the man that, the man said, okay, let's watch and see. So my father, having told him publicly, had to go into prayers, fasting and prayers. So they were praying and doing crusades when at midnight, during a major downpour of rains, that the tree caught fire. My father said he told God, you're going to do for me three things. Number one, Ukpohia, let it catch fire and burn down, and let the coven of witches, let it be destroyed, and let there be progress in the whole of Esan, beginning with Urumi. And again, let the name Ogboni Street be changed. And again, let there be massive salvation of souls by the destruction of that Ukpohia and the burning down of the coven. Actually, what my father asked for was done in the year 1975. My father said, he said to God, to prove to me that Urumi is the base you sent me, let Ukpohia burn down, let Ogboni Street be renamed. And actually, Ukpohia caught fire, it burned down, and people began to shout, Adaa Tolu, Adaa Tolu, Adaa Tolu. And again, the name Ogboni Street was changed. The street was changed to Mary the Queen Street, and that's what it is named today. So those evidences confirmed to my father that he was sent to have his base at Urumi amongst other communities in Esan land. He was sent to Urumi, and ever since there has been massive progress. If you watch the communities of Esan, the 5 local governments, I don't think there is anyone developing like Urumi that has no government input per se, and no universities and others, but the land is developing. Go around Urumi and see what's happening, sir. It's so amazing. A man stood. I remember years ago operating in Esan land. Every last Friday of the month, Papa will gather all the branches. We march around at midnight, praying around in all the TT junctions and crossroads, praying and conducting deliverances. You know, when people see what is happening today, they don't know where it's coming from. A man stood to pay the price, clear the spiritual forest for other churches now to begin to come and thrive. Then our church was a major Pentecostal church where we are doing our convention. Everywhere is jam-packed. Benin, everywhere. Not now that you have proliferation of churches. No, churches just come now, they easily succeed. They don't know who paid the price, who bulldozed the forest. Then it was not so. There are people that come to open churches, they don't go back alive, or they will run and, they don't stay. They don't stay because the level of spiritual darkness, Bible says there was gross darkness upon the land, gross darkness upon the people. That could be said about the land of Esan, especially Urumi. But today, look at Esan land, look at what God is doing, beginning from Urumi, where my father operated, to the glory of God.
That was a very beautiful one. Now, we are at the headquarters of the church here in Ukpohia Road now. Was the church established here from the beginning, or how did you guys get to this place?
Okay, when we landed at Urumi, I was still a little boy then. My father came here in 1975. I was about 4 years old or thereabouts. I was born in 1971 by the grace of God. Then my 2 sisters were already there. When we came, we were first of all at what they call this community where you have the Urumi near government school, that Egware area, that Odigwele. Yes, that was a house owned by Mr. Oziegbe. It was a filling station. Yeah, we started there as a prayer ground before we moved over to Convent Road. When we were at that Odigwele, we were operating as All Revival Christian Center and interdenominational prayer center. It was when we now moved to Convent Road, a place that Alberto Koji gave my father for church. That's where Ripsos actually started as Ripsos Harvest Ministry. That's where we actually now started as a church, 1975. We started as a church.
From then,
Then from there, we moved to Oyomo Road. We now moved to Oyomo Road. We're having a church where you now have a former Crown Prince Hotel now. There's a hotel there now, close to that place. This man had his fish, this thing was IKD, had fish after we left there. It was a wooden place. My father was like, this place is given to us on lease. Tomorrow, so that's how my father began to go into research and discover this place at Ohen Road. It was a thick forest. So he had to sell the church bus he had then, having come from America and all of that. That was this brand new church bus we had. They were like, don't sell it. Well, he says, it's better we have a place we call our own than we are tenants in another man's property. So Papa put that bus on sale, gathered some money, and came to this place at Ohen Road and bought this massive land. So the process of time, we now moved away from Convent Road and we came to our place now. That's our international headquarters by the grace of God. A massive land, though people encroached in part of the land, but a massive land still abounds for the work of God here.